Hi, Omar. Thank you so much for joining me this podcast episode. Really appreciate it. How are you today?
I am so happy to be here. That's such a passionate subject for me, mindset, because our mindset determines how we see the world and how we show up in life. And so I think if we could help people get a slightly better mindset today, you and I
Yeah.
would have done a fabulous job.
Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate you for coming to this show and giving your valuable time for our discussion. So before we get to the topic, I'd love to know more about you. Like, how did you become an entrepreneur yourself? Is there something you wanted to do, or you accidentally become an entrepreneur?
It was accidental. It was just I was working at a computer distribution company. It was my first job, and I had no business getting the job.
Hmm.
I went on the first interview, and it went well. And the second interview had two of the VPs, and they were both women
Right.
in the group. And there was a guy called Dr. Leo Bascalia. He was like the doctor of love and relationships.
Yeah.
So we went on a technical lunch interview, and me and the two VPs talked about love the entire time. And my boss was like, "What the hell? We're supposed to be talking. Does he know technology?" And so
Yeah.
I got the job. And so I just slept, and breathed technology to learn to get up to speed. And
Hmm.
after 6 months, it's like, I'm not going to advance in this company. Uh, if I need to start my own business, that's where I can actually grow the fastest. So it was just learning the industry and then realizing if you want a future and you want your own destiny, go start something. And so it was accidental, and it was like I didn't know what I was doing, but
Yeah.
no better way than to get a business card and go, "Hi, I'm Umar."
Yeah, that's great. So being an entrepreneur yourself, like obviously you had to work on your mindset for quite a long time, and obviously mindset is a key thing for like success in the business. So let's talk about why we need like a great mindset for navigating our life to the right direction.
So I don't want you to cry, because you may cry when I tell you this. And dear listeners, get the Kleenex box near you. What I'm about to tell you is a true statement.
Mm,
If I have an audience of 100 people and I ask them this question and they tell the truth, and I ask them this question: who here thinks you're unlovable? Hands go up in that crowd. And it's like, oh
yeah,
my God. And people around them, it's like, I know you. You're such an amazing person, but deep down within you, you think you're unlovable. That's all mindset.
yeah,
And people that have that negative voice inside their head, that, they go to do something, it's like, oh, they don't want to talk to you. They're only going out with you because they feel sorry for you. And all that bullshit that comes up, that is not true. That's all mindset. And when I think about the people that have books within them that they need to share with the world, cures for diseases that they want to share with the world, songs that need to be written, or worst case, just to be a more loving, joyful father
yeah,
or mother to your family is possible because of your mindset and your second guessing and childhood experiences. You don't let that happen. We make the world a smaller place. And it's my mission to help people take charge of their mindset, so they shine. And when they shine, something amazing happens. When they
mm,
shine, they give permission to all the people around them that you can shine too.
yeah,
And by you not shining, you're denying people that you love, people that you work with, the ability to succeed. Like, I'm at somebody else's desk here. I'm going to steal a pen of theirs just to kind of make a point. Uh, People, like if you and I were in the same room right now, you're in which city?
I'm in Manchester, UK.
Yeah, and I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. There's like, 3,000 miles difference. But if you
Yeah.
came to my office right here, where I'm hanging out, and I said, you can't take this pen out of my hand, you might be able to do it in 20 minutes, but it would involve, punching me in the face or something.
Mm,
Uh, so people hold on to their beliefs with a death grip. And the only
yeah,
problem is oftentimes that belief is in the unconscious hidden,
yeah,
and they can just see the symptoms of it. And so my goal is to do this simple thing, is to get people to just loosen their grip on their reality, to
mm,
give them the possibility of change. And if we can do that through this show today, a few people kind of go, you know what? I can start that business. So you know what? I can allow myself to be happy.
yeah.
It would be a win for me. So write in the comments and say, hey, this was meaningful, or hey, that Umar guy sucks. Whatever. Communicate with us. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, it's so crucial. Like I've been in a business for nearly 10 years now. I started my first business when I was 19. I'm turning to 29 in next April. So it's 8 years and a half in a business. My first business was running a takeaway business. This is my family business. I was involved with my brother.
Nice.
Yeah, and that business didn't go turn out like as I wanted to be because the partnership we had and everything. So but again, I learned so many things from it. Like the mindset was really, really important. That things doesn't go your way at the first year, second year of a business. How things gonna be pan out, you don't know the uncertainty, like what's the revenue be like, and everything. That dark moment you can actually share with the people. So, and you don't have like a steady paycheck. Like if you're in a job, it's a 50,000 salary a year. End of the month, you're gonna get like how much salary is it? Like a $4,000 in a month. You're going
Oh
to get.
yeah.
Yeah, but in the business, you don't know like what's the next month gonna be like. How's the revenue going to be like? Are you going to pay all of your employees, the vendors you have? Like so many things going on. So having that kind of like not knowing what's going to lead to the future as the entrepreneur yourself, like how do you see and how do you have like the strong mentality when things not going to your way? And obviously the COVID came, now recession is heading to the US and UK, everywhere in the world. How do you keep on intact on the path of the goal you have and the right direction?
Cool. So there's a couple of answers to that. One, I happened to be in the offices of Hunt Valley Construction,
Hmm.
and I took them on a retreat with the management team. And one of the things we came up with was a code of conduct, how they need to interact with each other.
Right.
And we did that not just how we need to interact, let's do it. We went through an exercise, a whole day process of looking at what's not working, what's working, what are the beliefs getting in the way. So it was like a grueling day.
Yeah.
But when we got to the other side, one of the things we developed was a code of conduct. And this is their code of conduct. Always be doing better. Like no matter how great you are, you should be looking, what could I do better today? And if
Mm,
you've got that and the entire employees are all striving to do that, you guys start improve the customer experience, the quality of the food, the speed of the delivery, the attitude of the employees. The second thing they've got is no third party conversations. So I can't talk about you to another employee and say, hey, John, can you believe what this guy's doing? I can't believe it. You know what the
yeah.
other guy says when they have this code of conduct? I can't believe it either. Let's bring him in the office and have a conversation about it. So no office politics. The other one is to be honest, which sounds like a simple thing, but it takes dedication to be honest.
Yeah.
Then they've got understand first, control your emotions. So basically the rules of engagement that we truly believe in and we reinforce all the time help. The second thing is you have a purpose in life, why you're here on planet Earth.
Mm,
And you can, once you learn your purpose in life, you can align your business to your purpose. So every ounce of your being says, oh my God, that's what I want. It's when we
yeah.
don't know our purpose. So the question you almost asked me was, Umar, you started this entrepreneurship, you must have a strong mindset. But there was this part of me that was not fully committed. And it was like, what the hell? I love my business. My clients love me. I love my clients, but I'm still holding back. So I went to see this expert, and she helped me realize that somewhere in my unconscious, I truly believe that I'm here to change the world.
Mm,
That either I am going to invent penicillin or its equivalent, or somebody else is going to do it, and they're crossing the street and they're about to be hit by a car. And I just put my arm out and save their life, and then they go on to do something. But
yeah.
I really believe that was what I was doing at an unconscious level. And at a conscious level, the thing was, is this business the right path? And so I wasn't fully committing. And she made me realize you've got this belief and it's out of alignment with what you're doing. And when she helped me resolve that, all of a sudden the passion, the drive, the motivation to build my business just went from like a 8 out of 10 to like a 10 out of 10. It was like 100% focus on this thing. But
Yeah.
I didn't realize I wasn't till she helped me realize why. So number one is find your purpose in life and align your business to it. Number two, remove the limitations inside your head. Number three, you have to work on your self esteem. And I'll show you a technique for you and your listeners how to increase your self esteem anytime, anywhere. And I think those three fundamental things, and one last one, you need to speak the truth.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes, this interview didn't go well, let's say. well, it was the interviewer, that guy really sucks. Or it was the technology, or I was having a bad day.
Yeah.
Human beings, we don't use language accidentally. We use it very purposefully. And one of the super ability that I have, that you have, that all your listeners have, is the ability to rationalize events. And if you break up the word rational lies, we tell ourselves lies to justify our complacency,
Mm,
our we're achieving this, and if it wasn't for the unfairness, and if we can tell the truth and go, I've got fear. I get scared when I go to do this. So a little later on, if you're interested, I'll tell you about this amazing breakthrough I had in the last couple of months. But first, let me ask you this question. How important is self-esteem to doing well in life, to doing well in business?
for me, it's really important because I lacked a lot of self-esteem at the beginning of my career. I didn't know how to do
Yeah.
it. So a lot of watching YouTube videos, talking, listening to a lot of podcasts actually helped me because the environment I come from, like you can relate to the, I think like you're from Pakistan originally.
Yes.
Yeah. So Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, I'm originated from Bangladesh. They all had like some kind of like only thing you can do in UK, being a taxi driver or own a restaurant or takeaway. That's like a
Yep.
majority of them people. So I come from that background. So when I moved to UK, like my brothers like telling me you can be a restaurant owner or can be a chef or it can be a taxi driver after that. So that was there. So there is no anything else. So if you want to start a business, you have to have 100,000 of 200,000 pound uh, saved cash, and then you can start a big business if you want to look for. And I was kind of shocked, like this kind of money I don't have, and I can really save it, like the amount of money I'm actually earning. So coming from that, like I had to look for like other individual who actually earn more money without investing any business uh, uh, on the business and everything. So knowing from there, like a part of like ACN, a company, multi-level company, and only $500 you get the license and you can start working on your business and you can make six-figure, seven-figure businesses. So coming from there, I learned like how they build their self-esteem, and
Hmm.
just I did the same thing, like following other successful people and what I wanted to do with similar to where they are. And from there, like it all started to build out. And right now, like the more win I'm getting, the more self-esteem I'm getting for myself. Because now I got more experience doing the day-to-day. I'm interviewing like a lot of successful individual like yourself, talking to a lot of coaches, consultants that actually helping me, to where I wanted to be. So at the beginning, the self-esteem was low because of the environment I had.
It's getting better. So let me show you a way to improve self-esteem for you and your listeners.
Sure.
So what were you called when you were a kid? Like, what did your friends call you? Like, what was the name they used?
Yeah, Russell.
Russell. Okay. So Russell, when you think about self-esteem right now, what you have in this moment, from a scale of 0, no self-esteem, to a scale of 100, end of a Disney movie where everybody wins.
Yeah,
If you asked internally, what's my level of self-esteem right now in this moment, a number pops up. What's that number for you right now?
also 90.
90?
Yeah.
Excellent. So go through this thought experiment with me, and dear listeners and viewers, go on this journey with me. Write down your level of self-esteem right now. So Russell, I want you to uh, BBC is going to do a story about you
Mm,
and your business and your accomplishments. And your friends tell you that, you better prepare for this meeting because, it's a chance of a lifetime.
yeah.
So you go in a room that is divided in two with a glass wall. And you sit on one side of the room at a desk with a chair, a tablet of paper, and a pen, and you're writing your accomplishments all the way back to when you were a little kid,
Mm,
doing those finger paintings that your parents loved, things you did for school, maybe Sunday school, part-time jobs, sporting events, things
yeah.
you did for your siblings and your parents. You're writing your accomplishments, uh, what you did in high school and college and at work. And as you're writing your accomplishments, the essence of who you are, some people call it higher self, and some people call it the soul, steps out of your body and it goes through the glass wall. So you're standing on the other side of the glass wall, watching yourself write your accomplishments. And as you're standing there, Russell, somebody from your life, somebody that loves you very much and cares for you, is standing right next to you. Who's that for you? Who are you imagining standing next to you? What's the name of that person?
I'll say that's my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, dear listeners and viewers, have that person that loves you very much stand right next to you. And for your sister, I want you, since your soul, step inside her body for a moment so you can see yourself at the other side of the room writing your accomplishments and see yourself through her loving eyes and really get a good sense of how she sees you.
Mm.
And then I want you to hear the thoughts she has for you, how much she loves you, how much she cares for you, and how much she values you, and really get a good sense of that. And then finally, I want you to feel the depth of her emotions for you, how much she loves you. Now that you have all three, you can how much she loves you, you can feel it, you can hear how much she loves you, and you can see yourself through her loving eyes. Step out of her body, go through the glass wall to where you're sitting right now and step inside your body.
Yeah.
And when you step inside your body, your self-esteem changes. What's
Yeah.
the level of self-esteem right now?
I'll say 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what I showed you, Russell, and the viewers and listeners, is a way you can get intrinsic self-esteem. And you can do that before an important meeting, before a date, before you're sitting
Mm.
down to do your goals, before you're sitting down to do an important thing. It took like 3 minutes to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to share with the world is you have the ability to take charge of your mindset. And that's my mission in life is very much how can I empower the world to take charge of their mindset? And in a couple of days, we've got an app coming out. It's designed to teach you tools like that. So when you have anxiety coming up, you can make the anxiety go away in 3 minutes. So we can talk more about the app later, but that's kind of my mission in life.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing the exercise. It really helped. So yeah, I'll have another question. Like you mentioned, purpose, focus, limitation, also self-esteem, and we did the exercise. I'd love to know more about how does someone refine what their purpose is, how they can find their purpose.
So the purpose comes in intersection of two things. Uh, by any chance, do you know why there's almost 8 billion people in the world? So it's not a
Yeah,
lot of sex. I'm sure that's the mechanical way it gets in.
yeah,
One of the reasons we have so many people is it's hard to see ourselves, but it's easy to see ourselves in other people.
mm,
So who's someone that you admire, other than me, of course?
yeah.
Like your
I
sister,
admire
you
my
you
sister.
love
My
her.
dad, my dad
So
was.
your sister, what's one attribute your sister has that you admire?
She's a great listener.
So one of the reasons you admire that is because you have that listening gene as well.
Yeah,
And it could be that your sister is an Olympian in listening and you're a toddler and you suck at it. But the only reason you admire it is because you have that listening element is important to you. You
mm,
can see it in her because she has friends and other family members that admire different things about her and they don't
yeah,
care about her listening skills. So when you look around you and you see the attributes of the people that you admire, know that you have those attributes within you. And that starts giving you a clue around purpose. The flip side of that is this there's people in your life that you go, I hate that son of a bitch. The people you don't even know. Like it could be a politician. It's like,
yeah.
that woman is. And here's what I want you to ask yourself is what attribute do they have that I really, really dislike? And the sad news is this. Let's say they've got an attribute of being a bully. You really hate that. The reason you hate it is because there is an element of bully within you.
Mm,
And you may have like a little bit and they got a lot, or you could have a lot and they have a little bit. So the other thing to do is when you find somebody that annoys you, is go, what attribute do they have that annoys me? And then they go, whatever it is. And it's like, do I have that? And sometimes the answer is yes. And when you work on you to let go of that, then you can be with them and their attribute doesn't bother you at all. So
yeah,
people are a gift and they also give you a clue on who you are. So the attributes that are positive that you really appreciate, those are the attributes you have and they'll give you a clue to purpose. The second element is what are the things you like to do? And so it could be, Umar, I worked in this job in the takeout business with my family, and I really didn't like that job. But what I really liked was interacting with customers.
mm,
Like I really found that charming. And then it's like, oh, I'm a really good communicator. and you
Yeah.
write that down, communicator. And then it's like, I had this job, I loved this job, but what I really loved about it was I got to research, what the solution was. And then you write researcher. And then you look for jobs that you hated, but you loved an element of it, or jobs you loved, and these are the things I liked about it.
Yeah.
And then you get attributes, and then you also get things you like to do. And it's the intersection of those two things that uncovers your purpose. And when you come up with the right combination, your heart goes, oh, that's it. And you see a path of that through your entire life. And there were some jobs where you had a little bit of it,
Yeah.
and some jobs where you had a lot of it. But once you discover it, then you can design your life on that path 100%. So every day is a joyous day, even in the day where you get kicked in the balls. So you come home
Mm.
and you go, oh
Mhm.
my God, it was a dreadful day, but I love what I do because
Yeah.
you're doing what you're meant to do. That's how you discover it.
Great. That's a great way. I actually never thought about like how you gave me example of like a takeaway. I probably like talking to the customer. Until now, I
Mm,
just realized, yeah, that was true. Like I didn't actually realize it, and I had it like a great communicator with my customers, and people used to come and pick up their takeaways, and that actually helped me where am I right now because I like communicating. This is what we're doing for a living right now.
nice.
So yeah, thank you for that. And let's talk about focus. Focus is most important thing right now. We get distracted with so many things as a
Yes.
business owner. Distraction for negativity, distraction for like you're looking at someone else, social media scrolling. It could be anything. So how can we stay focused on our goal, our dream, and the vision?
So this app,
Yeah.
it's got different categories, and one of the categories is life's ups and downs.
Hmm.
And you can go there and you can go find the focus track, and it will get you to focus 100% for the next 2 hours on the task you're doing. You'll
Right.
basically change your brain chemistry into focus mode. One of the other tracks on here is this is there's a track called let go of work, and this is why I created it. People come home from work. So let's say dad comes home from work.
Yeah.
He's with the family. He's physically there, but mentally checked out.
Mm.
The kids can sense it. Mom can sense it. The dog is like, what the hell? He's not here.
Yeah.
So what this track does is you pull up in the driveway, and in 6 minutes, 44 seconds, what it does is it takes the anxiety for the day and it removes it. Then it gets you to remember the very first time you fell in love with your wife or your husband, and you feel it in richness in your heart. And back then, the first time you fell in love, there was also an element of lust in there, which is very useful in a relationship. And you walk into the house fully present with love in your heart, and you greet people with warmth, and everybody, including the freaking family dog, goes, Dad's home. So this app is designed, it's got like 55 tracks
Hmm.
to help you exactly when you need it. Not like, oh, what was that thing I need to do? It's like, oh, I need self esteem for this meeting. There's a track in there to help you. I need to feel unstoppable. It'll help you. It's like, hey, I need to be focused for the next hour. So that is what I want to do, is not make things hard.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, there's a track there for it. And if there isn't a track there for it, you can suggest one. And then I also do custom tracks for people. And so a friend of mine who is also a client said, Umar, can you do a track for my son? He, is a Marine,
Hmm.
and he's seen some things that are not pretty, and it's just impacting him in a negative way.
Yeah.
And so I created a customized track exclusively for him. And soon as the trauma comes up, it's like a circuit breaker in his head. It stops the trauma, it releases the anxiety, and he was on in basic training at the end of it to graduate. You
Yeah.
have to do a long run, and you start at different times. But he was on the last mile of that run, and he just knew in his soul that he has done the best time, not only for himself, for the entire platoon. And he felt unstoppable. It was just an amazing feeling. And so this custom track I did for him brings that feeling back. So
Mm.
PTSD starts coming in, his unconscious mind notices, it kills the anxiety immediately, and it launches the feeling of being in that race at that time and feeling like you could do anything. And if you can't feel two feelings at the same time, you can't feel unstoppable and untouchable
Yeah.
in the best sense of it and feel the anxiety. So basically, for him, it's just like his episodes went down to almost zero because we gave him something that gave him the power to take charge of his mind. And a year and 4 months ago, I was sitting in my house going, Umar, have you made an impact in the world? And the unwelcome answer was no. Do people love me? I'm lovable. Do people like me? Do my clients like me? Absolutely. Did I make a difference in the world?
Yeah.
And the answer was no. So I said, okay, what I'm going to do is go on a quest. And to go on a quest, the ancient quest is I'm going to sell my house. I'm going to get rid of all my possessions. So keep 10 t-shirts, 10 underwear, socks, technology that we're using right
Yeah.
now, and kept my car because you need transportation. And I've been traveling without a house for 16 months. And
Wow.
part of that journey was, how do I make an impact in the world?
Yeah.
And this is how I'm making the impact, is how can we empower people to take charge of their mindset, not at a workshop where they learn it and love me and forget about it, but it's in the palm of their hand. It's called Mindset Boosters, and it's my way of changing the world.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much, Omar, sharing that. Yeah, we are coming to the end of this podcast and I really appreciate your time. So those who's listening, if anyone wants to reach out to you, learn more about you, your work on the business, where is the best place to find you?
Go to the app, go to mindsetboosters.com, and you'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
can always find me on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and uh, reach out. And even if you're stuck, sometimes just a quick conversation can be enough for people to kind of go, huh, thanks, Umar, I got it. Because right now, my mission is to help people become better, stronger, faster. And one of the ways to do that is have the privilege to be on programs like yours to share. So thank you so much for hosting me. I really, really appreciate it.
You're
And
most welcome.
everyone, Mindset Boosters, take charge of your mindset. There's a free version of it. Go check it out. And thank you so much for the privilege of being on your show.
Yeah, thank you so much for you coming and yeah, sharing a valuable lesson as well. I really appreciate it, Omar. So I wish you best of luck with your business, your life, and yeah, we hope you have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you so much. Take care, everyone.
Take care. That's a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you got some value from it and like what Omar has said. So yeah, if you wants to reach out to Omar, visit his website, also get the app, and yeah, check him out on LinkedIn and Facebook. So if you have a conversation one-on-one with him and see if he can bring some value to your life. So until then, talk to you in the next episode. Take care.